And we have an incredible story of an Auburn man who received the gift of life from an unlikely donor, a woman he'd been dating for just a few months. Thank you both for joining us and to share your story. Because I know it's been a long road, but Andre, first, I want to start with you. You were 29 years old when you landed in the ER in kidney failure. How did you know something was wrong?
I was throwing up every morning, and my legs were holding a lot of fluid. So I didn't know what was wrong. I thought I had like a stomach virus or something. Got some blood work done, and doctor called me back. I was about to head out of town, and the doctor called me back and said, you need to go straight to ER. And then later on that night, I was placed in ICU and doing my first round of dialysis. It all stemmed from high blood pressure too. That's what caused it. I knew I had high blood pressure. They were having trouble getting it down over the years. And then shortly after I went on dialysis, I was able to get it down, but the damage was done.
There you are, you need a new kidney, but due to pre-existing conditions, your family is out because high blood pressure, again,
your family.
Yeah. But then you just started seeing this beautiful girl named Tessa. So what happened next?
Well, it was all still new to us. I was probably 6 months in on dialysis, didn't know what was going on, still like trying to find my bearings. And then she was like, I'll go get tested for you. I didn't think nothing of it. I mean, that was obviously, I loved it. I love her for that. But I didn't think anything was going to come of it. And a couple months later, after all the tests, found out she was a perfect match. And almost exactly a year from when I was diagnosed, she gave me her kidney.
Tessa, I have to say, what made you decide to step up and to find out if you were a match? And did you know what entailed going into this?
No, I didn't know. Previously to any of this, I don't think either of us had any historical time that we've spent like in the medical system. So both of us, he played D1 football. I was an athlete as well, and we just were always healthy. So prior to this, we never had any conditions before where we would understand, what was entailed even in a regular surgery. Neither of us had had a surgery before. So no, I had no idea what I was walking into. It took around 6 months, days and days of specific testing to see and ensure that, I was good to go, as well as just making sure that not only physically, but emotionally and mentally, I was able to kind of go through with this, because it is, a lifelong decision. So I think the reason why was just seeing, in December when he was in the ICU, the impact that it not only had on him, but his family, and just generally, the exhaustion and just everything that it takes away from people's lives, having to be on dialysis.
And then you two ended up getting married, which is beautiful.
Yeah, very next year.
Yeah, it was a funny conversation. We both were like, yeah, this probably should be official before this. And so he had to call my dad, obviously prior, and ensure that everybody knew that we were not only solidifying, literally having a piece of me inside of him, but, our lives continuing together.
So you give me your hand, we give me your kidney. Now that is big stuff. But the story doesn't end there, does it, Andre?
No. Kidney was good for about 5 years, and I had some complications. That kidney failed. So for the last 5 years, I've been back on dialysis. A lot of work goes into it, but I'm just blessed to be able to have to have dialysis and be able to keep me alive in whichever way. And I'm hopeful that I'll be getting another transplant soon. So that's where we're at.
So you said you've been waiting for a kidney for 5 years now?
5 years now, yeah.
Hey, Tessa, what would you say to someone who's thinking about becoming an organ donor? Obviously, you think about, oh my gosh, giving away an organ, that must be scary, but you've been there, you've done it.
Oh, I would do it again if I had another one to give. I think I've had back surgery too. I thought that the transplant was easier to be quite honest. I was back at work within a week. I mean, our surgery was 13 hours, so it wasn't something that was, you know, you're in and out, but
Right.
The ability to literally give somebody life is pretty insane.
We wish Tessa and Andre all the very best. The need for donation and transplantation is more pronounced in multi-ethnic communities, and we're going to have more on that coming up. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can help, we have a link on our website.